Washington continues to salivate over Palestine intrigue at the White House. Will Jared Kushner go? Does the chief of staff have it out for the president's daughter? Can National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster last another month? And the final question, maybe the most important question, does it all matter? Who to ask? Well, we'll bring in Pennsylvania radio host R.J. Harris, 580 on your dial in PA. On the internet around the world. Good to see you, RJ. I don't know if you want to weigh in on the first three of those questions, but how about the fourth one? Does it matter to the rest of the country?
No, it really does not matter. I think it's things to keep the media and Washington insiders busy, and they're all chatting about it while we live out here in the real world. And we're seeing results from the president, so I don't think that too many of us are concerned about it.
You talk about results from the president. When folks are calling in, these are the headlines on newspapers, not just in Washington, but around the country. Do they sort of just ignore those, or is there something else on their mind?
Well, I think everyday life is on our minds, and the news that we're excited about here is the tariffs. Now, granted, most of us, most common everyday working Americans don't know the nuances of trade, but I'm sitting literally 3 miles from Steelton. My brother ran the blast furnace for many years at Cartech in Reading. Alcoa Aluminum is one of our biggest area employers in Lebanon County. These tariffs mean a lot to us because we've only seen jobs disappear over the years, and this sounds helpful. But again, you know, we don't know the nuances of it.
Law of unintended consequences is there's a lot of products whose prices could go up that folks in all those towns need. As you point out, short term, though, received well. This was the headline from the Wall Street Journal today. In a Pennsylvania steel town, Donald Trump's tariff is a winner. Something else that's happening in Pennsylvania in the next couple of weeks is the special election. The president has already campaigned for the Republican there. It is seen in some ways as a referendum on the president in a state that he pulled out in 2016. You view it that way? Does this tariff, steel tariff, help?
I believe it does help, but no, I don't view it that way. I think we're making a big deal over the midterm elections. And again, the mainstream media wants to make it look like the president is set up for big losses and the Democrats are going to get big gains. I'll tell you, in this part of the country, again, with average working Americans, that's not in the cards. We're actually seeing movement in the economy. Our 401ks, even though the stock market's been a little bit up and down lately, we're seeing positive things here. So I think overall, the president should have some good stuff to look forward to in the midterm.
When you're in Pennsylvania, obviously he didn't take Pennsylvania by that many votes, far from a landslide. You and I talked in the weeks before the election. It was far from a foregone conclusion. Just from the sentiment you're hearing on the radio, have people who were, say, skeptical of supporting the president now come around?
Yeah, I think so. Well, the answer to that is many have, okay? But the folks who don't like Donald Trump, the folks who are to the far left, the folks that are, beholden to the government aren't coming around to Donald Trump's way, no.
What about Pennsylvania politicians? Have they begun to embrace him as a kingmaker yet?
I don't think so. I think that they're very cautious. We see that still
that cautious.
Some of the members of, I believe so.
Wow.
But there were many politicians here in Pennsylvania that were Trumpers. We're talking about Lou Barletta, who's currently running for Congress, and Marino. There were several here that were really on the Trump bandwagon from day one.
Any predictions for the special election coming up?
I believe the Republican will win. I think that we're going to retain that seat here in the Commonwealth.
All right. R.J. Harris, we appreciate it, the prediction, and we'll have you back afterwards to see if you're right and explain why or why not, as you've called balls and strikes in the past.
All right. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you, my friend. Our pleasure as well.